5 different women, 1 healing talk, talking postpartum depression, group moderator, Kula.
I just want to tell you all, what you're going to do today is going to make a difference in people's lives, and I think help other moms get the help that maybe they don't even know they need, or that they're looking for and they can't find. What was one of the first signs, or when did you sort of figure out something's going on here, or something doesn't feel right?
Participant, Emily.
I gave birth to my daughter when I was 27 weeks pregnant. And I think it literally started on that day, because when I had her, my body failed me.
Participant, Sarah.
I kind of pulled away from everybody. I just kind of said no to everything. I stayed home a lot. It was like me and the baby, and then I don't think I even noticed it.
Participant, Shawnette.
When I went to the baby's 6-week appointment, the nurse came in and she asked, how's everything going? And I'm like, I'm just not feeling like myself. And then she was like, it sounds like you may be going through postpartum depression. Maybe you should look to see about speaking to maybe a therapist or something. And I was like, I don't really have time to do that. I'm a parent, my time is slim.
Participant, Allison.
As a mom, you're just like, oh no, I can't. I have these kids, I can't take off anytime. I always need to be on. I always need to be there. My job is 24/7. I have to. I was so emotional. I was so worried. It was a lot of that anxiety. It was a lot of avoidance. I wouldn't go to see my family. I wouldn't go to social things. I was so isolated too.
Group moderator, Kula.
They say 1 in 8 women struggle with this, and I think it's a lot more personally. We just don't really talk about it.
Participant, Clarissa.
I'm Hispanic, Mexican specifically, and in my culture, you don't talk about mental health, and you're not supposed to be open. And it was something that I had never experienced. The postpartum, that all the hormones, the mixture of that. When I first mentioned it to my mom and my mother-in-law, both of them said, oh no, we had symptoms too. I think I had some of that too. I think I had a form of that. Both of them, and these 2 picture perfect people that I would have never have imagined.
Participant, Sarah.
I didn't really identify that I had any issues. I was like, I'm good. I chose an alternate path. I did look to do some self-care, and I know that sometimes resources don't allow that, but the self-care I think was pivotal for me. I guess the second thing was I tried to return to my old self, joining community, something just for me. I think that made all the difference in the world. But I think there's also room for me to go to a therapist and talk in more detail.
Group moderator, Kula.
And you bring up the importance of self-care, which I think is life-saving. What did you all do to connect with some support services?
Participant, Shawnette.
I reached out to my job and was explaining to them what I was going through and was insisting that I needed some type of help immediately. And then the first question they asked me was, are you looking to harm yourself? And I said, yes. And they had someone come over and sit down with me pretty much. It had to be maybe about 4 hours, but it felt like 10 minutes. And, they scheduled where I was seeing a therapist every other day until my symptoms started to get better.
Participant, Allison.
Let's see, my treatment path, I needed help and I needed a therapist. I just knew. And so my treatment looked like the medicine. It actually really helped. It was life-saving for me. And I continued with my therapist as well.
Participant, Emily.
First off, I think postpartum, it's different in everybody. It doesn't look the same in every single person. They're all different symptoms that we have. I was given anti-anxiety medicines. I reached out to a therapist, and she did the whole thing. And it was hard because I didn't have anybody that could relate to what I went through. Nobody could understand what I was going through. And so I'm glad I reached out and I sought help. And I had a local nonprofit. She would reach out to me every once in a while, check in to see how I was doing. So that was helpful.
Participant, Clarissa.
My doctor was amazing. At the time, I didn't want to try something new, because I was a little bit afraid. So I kind of wanted to try to do it for myself at that time. And so he told me, he's like, do something by yourself, breathe, meditate, anything you need to do. If you want to do this by yourself, you need to separate yourself, even if it's just for an hour, do that, And so I was like, you know what, that's how I can start there.
Group moderator, Kula.
I think One of the main goals of this project is to inspire people, to make them feel that healing is possible. And so I would love to hear anything you'd want to say to a mom who's watching, or like maybe a family member who's worried about a mom.
Participant, Allison.
So if any mom is listening and any mom is struggling, I want them to know that you're not alone. With help, you will be well, and it's going to be okay. But I also want them to hear you're doing a great job.
Participant, Emily.
I think my message would be, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to feel the things that you're feeling, because everybody feels things differently. And look for the help, look for the friends, find a support group for people that are like you in case there's something not in your town. But there's always help out there and nobody's alone.
Participant, Clarissa.
My advice would be, to say something, just to voice it, because if you don't say anything, you're not going to get that help. And it feels so good. It really does.
Participant, Sarah.
I would just piggyback off of what you said. I mean, support. It's just like, sometimes you have to look for it. It might not always be right in front of you. Just being able to vocalize how you feel, I think, is part of the healing process. There's like so many moms like you that want to talk.
Participant, Shawnette.
My message would be try to just, reach out. And if you don't have friends or a family support system, or, if you're feeling like you're isolating yourself, maybe just take a walk, maybe just read. Like sometimes, like I would just daydream about certain things, or just like as a cab would pass, just read like what's on there. And some things was just like, how are you today? Did you eat something? But it was just like, oh, maybe I do matter. And so to connect with people who are going through what I'm going through on a daily basis was life-changing for me. And it just made me want to tell my story even more, because not everybody has the help or the network, but we matter.
Group moderator, Kula.
I love taking that weight off, everybody talking like this. I just think it's so amazing. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
This is great.
Talking can lead to healing. Call or text the National Maternal Mental Health Hotline at 1-833-TLC-MAMA. 1-833-852-6262. Learn more and find resources for postpartum depression. Visit womenshealth.gov/talkingppd. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Office of the Assistant Secretary for Health, and the Office on Women's Health.